Good afternoon, all of you. How are you all? All well? All good? Okay. Somebody who have achieved lots and lots of things in his life. So, I welcome Mr. Nishant sir, who is a BHEL Grade 1 topmost position officer. One minute. Shut down. He is a graduate from JNTU. He is a gold medalist in JNTU. He is MBA from HCU. He is also a gold medalist in his MBA also. One of the toughest examination, I call it as the real toughest examination in our country, is civil services examination. He have appeared to civil services examination 3 times interview. He have given 3 interviews. Giving 1 interview is a special thing, but giving 3 interviews and 6 times he have written the mains examination. From the last 12 years, he have been into guiding future civil servants, future civil services examination aspirants, and he is ultimately the most exponential personality which we have got today, and he will be guiding you, he will be mentoring you, he will be talking everything which is relevant to crack this examination. And he is having one another track record, that in mains examination he is having the top 10 scorers, one of the top 10 scorers in the mains examination. And also he is a subject expert of anthropology. Anthropology is an optional subject. In anthropology, he has been again top 10 scorer in anthropology as an optional subject also. With this, the list is actually very big, but I'll keep it very precise because you don't want me to talk today, but our guest should be talking today. So, welcome sir, welcome Nishant sir. So, very good afternoon everyone. I know it's a post-lunch session. Always an effort to, motivate people irrespective of any topic, especially in the post-lunch session. So, I'll try to make this session as interactive as possible. Firstly, I thank Shravan Garu and Rohit Garu for calling me here, and Shravan Garu has spoken so much about me, but I would prefer to come down to your level because I am someone who has come from there to here. So for me, I can understand what all your people are thinking in your minds. So don't think just because of what has been read about me, I'm not so special, I'm just one among you. So the moment we have that parity, I think it's more interactive session. I would like you guys to have more and more interaction with me over the next 1.5 hours which we will speak, so that you will be free, I will be free. So I am not your faculty, or I am not the for a moment just forget that I am the guest, I am just one of your friend. Okay, so that parity will help me and you also. Are we okay with it? Yes. Thank you. So coming to the topic which Shravan Garu has asked me to speak on, probably a topic which itself is a $1 million question to anyone, we can say. How to crack or how to ace through this civil service examination. So as a matter of fact, any state civil service examination or the UPSC, how to do it. So I have been told that most of you have recently started the journey towards the ultimate goal of cracking the UPSC. And I would congratulate you because you have made a very bold decision and a very wise decision. Why? Because today the civil services are much more diversified. They have their own way of solving the public issues.
especially with the advent of technology, civil services have had profound effect on many lives. So before we try to understand what do you people should do, what you need to do to achieve the desired success in civils. So I would like to start with some mythological story. You all heard Ramayana? You all know Ramayana? Most of you, I hope you all know Ramayana. So even if you don't know, don't worry. What is the climax of Ramayana? Rama kills Ravana. Yes? That much everyone knows. Rama kills Ravana. So what exactly happened during that episode? During the fight between Rama and Ravana? Rama is a very trained warrior, a very wonderful person, a god in the form of human being. But what was Rama lacking at that time? Anyone? What happened during the climax of Ramayana? If you see, Rama was just shooting the arrows into Ravana's head. And you know Ravana has 10 heads, and every time the head falls, one more head gets replaced. So Rama is continuously shooting arrows, but then Ravana is somehow getting back his head, and Rama is getting underconfident. He is not confident enough that he can kill Ravana. And then it takes one mentor or one good well-wisher in the form of Vibhishana to come and explain Rama that Rama, you are actually shooting arrows on the wrong target. Shoot it onto the stomach of Ravana where the gold, it's called, Amrutam we call it, right? It is there. So the next arrow, Rama shoots onto the stomach of Ravana and then he kills. So what is the takeaway from this story as far as civil service is concerned? You have to have a proper focus and proper goal, because shooting arrows randomly will not give you the desired success. So if it was applicable to Rama, if it's the same is applicable to you guys also. Right? So what this exam actually demands is a proper strategic and a focused study. Right? Only then you will be on the path of success. Or else, why many of the students give up in the midway, especially civil services and its preparation? Because they will not have proper focus. They will be doing something which they may think is relevant, but is completely irrelevant as far as the examination is concerned. Right? So, for understanding the depth of examination, first what you all need to do is sit down and have a proper emphasis on various aspects of this examination. So when you join this institute, you are fortunate enough to have Shravan Garu, Rohit Garu, who themselves have been through this path and they are able to guide you. So what you need to do as an aspirant is sit down for this examination and understand what are the various stages first. Okay, first is the prelims. For prelims, what is that I should do? For mains, then mains is one of the biggest hurdle you have to overcome to become a civil servant, and it's a very extensive and exhaustive process, right? I hope you are all clear about prelims pattern, UPSC pattern. There is a prelims examination followed by mains and then followed by personality test. Okay, so in prelims you have to do certain things right to get through the prelims. Then mains is a very exhaustive process. As I just said, you have 9 papers, 2 qualifying papers and 7 papers of writing skills, where you write 2 papers on your optional, 1 paper on essay and 4 papers on general studies. So, and then you will be called to a personality test where you will be evaluated based on your personality. So, at various stages of this examination, you are being tested for various parameters. In prelims, it's about your mental strength, it's about your alertness, it's about being rational in how you can answer a particular question for which there are already 4 options. All you need to do is you have to focus on the options, try to get the best of the option, eliminates a few of the options and then answer. In mains, it's about your competency with regard to the writing skills. You have to write around 4 to 4,500 words in a matter of 3 hours. So it's not only about speed, it's about accuracy, it's about gaining that particular grip on the subject. Because in 3 hours you have to write close to 20 questions. 20 into average 200 words. So you are not writing less than 4,000 words in 3 hours. And 4,000 meaningful words with proper presentation skills and within the framework of the demand of the question. And finally, personality test. What is this personality test? Personality test is what you are. There is a common notion among many aspirants. They feel personality test is like standard interview, and they tend to fake themselves very much during the personality test. It is not so. In personality test, it is who you are. So you're all in early 20s. So you have been brought up in a certain way. You have certain ethical values. You have certain thinking line. So that is what the examiner, your originality should be presented to the examiner. That is what is about personality test. So if you see this examination, at various stages, it is testing various aspects of your personality. Okay, so that's why this becomes one of the challenging examination, because of the process through which, the grind through which you go through, and that's why it becomes one of the most toughest examination, because the expectations it sets on yourselves. Having said that, there are people who have cracked this exam in the very first attempt. Few people have cracked it in multiple attempts. It all depends on doing right things at the right time. Okay, so what do you mean by doing right things at the right time? Basically, the first thing which you have to remember as far as the civil services is concerned is you should have extreme clarity on the entire syllabus of the examination. Okay, if you want, you may make running notes. You should have extreme clarity, and the entire syllabus of the examination should be in your mind, or at least you should always carry the syllabus copy with you. What many aspirants do is they do not know what is the syllabus. There is a common perception that everything under the sun is civil services. No. First, be clear that nothing out of your syllabus will be part of civil services. Clear? So, the moment you arrive at this particular conclusion, or you are clear about the syllabus, your entire focus will be very clear. That's why I said you should not throw random arrows without knowing the target. Unless you know the target and exactly aim for the target, there is high probability and possibility that you throw random arrows but do not get the success. For the civil services, or as a matter of fact, even if you are talking about group 1 services of any state, the first thing you have to do is have the syllabus copy which is given as part of your notification in hand with you. Now start decoding that syllabus copy. How to do that? So they are giving very clear instructions about what do you mean by prelims, what is meant by mains, what are the topics which you are supposed to know in prelims, what are the topics you are supposed to know in the mains. So they are giving very clear breakup of everything. You see any standard notification, be it UPSC or TSPSC or APPSC, any examination, the notification is almost self-explanatory. Yes or no? But how many of us, except for the first 3 or 4 pages of notification which speaks about how to fill a form or how to submit the application, how many of us are making an effort to go to the next pages and see the syllabus? That is the main thing. The first thing is understand the syllabus. So the moment you know the syllabus, you know what is the outer boundary of your examination. Yes or no? When you know the syllabus, when you read something, you know whether it is important or not. You will have a clarity of thought whether this particular article in the newspaper is important to me or not. How that comes is only when you have clarity of syllabus. Don't think I am stressing on this part for too much, but then this is the most important part which many of them don't do, and as a result they fail in the examination. First thing is knowing the syllabus. Then decoding the syllabus. How do I do that? Prelims. So there is certain commonality between prelims and main syllabus. You have the static subjects, history, geography, polity, economy. All these are part of your static subjects. Most of the static subjects are there in mains also. So there you will start having a commonality mapping. Yes, this particular subject is there in prelims and mains. So I will have a proper strategy to tackle this subject. So then you are a part of the institute, so you have various faculty who are coming and teaching you, and as a part of that you will make notes, and when you make notes you have them in hand whenever you require them. So second part of the preparation is having proper strategy for each and every subject of this particular examination. First is knowing syllabus, second is knowing each and every subject. Okay, and believe me, the moment you do this 1 and 2 perfectly, everything will fall in place. And what happens with most of us is, we don't do this step 1 and step 2 and directly jump randomly into, okay, I'll do modern history, I'll do polity from Lakshmikant. No. So whatever is there in a textbook may not be there in your syllabus, or whatever is there in your syllabus may not be there in the textbook. So don't jump directly into the war without having weapons. So first know these 2 steps where you will have some clarity of what to do, and then start doing the subjects. Right? And then once you are doing subjects, so first 2 steps, is it clear everyone? What to do? Or is there any question you have? First is trying to analyze, understand and digest the syllabus. Second is knowing what is the expanse of the subject. To what extent I have to do polity, to what extent I have to do history. Okay, ancient history. What is this ancient history? Did UPSC refer anywhere as ancient history? No. They are simply writing ancient India. So what is this ancient India? What are the various chapters in ancient India? You see the syllabus and then you try to map it with your notes and textbooks. Okay, this is particular thing where I have to read. So that is the second step you do. And what is the third step? Now you have made, once you understand the scope of the subject, you should make notes of that subject. You should have proper notes. Proper notes, why I have to do? General common question, why I should to do notes. So if you don't do notes, there are 2 drawbacks. One thing is, you will forget what you have read. I am sure most of you have experienced that. If you don't have notes, you will forget what you have read. That's the first thing. Second thing, you will not have motivation to revise that subject because the textbook is so bulkier. You must have all faced that issue, because unless you make your custom notes for a subject, you will not be in a position to revise that. And unless you revise something, you will not retain something. And especially UPSC subjects, because most of you are from certain graduation background, and most of the subjects in UPSC you must have not heard of or gotten any exposure to. Polity, unless you are a BA Political Science graduate, political science is a new subject for us. Maybe way back in 8th or 9th class you have done, now you are doing it again. So political science, medieval history. So all these subjects are they are certainly dry. So how to master them is only through revision. So again, reiterating various steps. First is to understand the syllabus. Second is to understand the subjects and scope of the subjects. Third is to have your own notes. Now comes the most significant aspect, is to revise these notes. So this is about static part. So revise the notes so that you can remember what you have read. Right? So next is about the current affairs. Current affairs is generally the most dreaded topic, because when I speak, you will say, sir, yes, history I know clearly what is part of ancient India. There are some 5 to 10 chapters which I can master with 10 revisions, I am done. But how to do current affairs? The most common question, right? What is current affairs? Because current affairs is an open-ended topic. Again, something which people say everything under sun is current affairs. But then be very smart in preparing for the current affairs, because if you see last 8 to 10 years question papers in UPSC, or as a matter of fact any state services, what are current affairs? A most trending topic, one of the most trending topic, or a topic which is having some continuity over last 3-4 years, will be part of your current affairs. Okay? So current affairs is not, say, okay, in that particular newspaper on that particular day it was a headline and hence it's a current affair. No. Something which has to have impact at pan-India level or at the state level, or which has been spoken about extensively, those are current affairs. You have to pick those topics, have your notes for them, and then again, to master current affairs, the only option is to revise. So when my students ask me, sir, what is the shortcut to clear prelims or shortcut to clear UPSC, right? Many of us think that we should have some shortcut in doing everything. So the only shortcut is revise, revise and revise. The more you revise, the more comfortable you are. What happens is, because the exam is having such a large extent of syllabus, you cover entire syllabus and then you think you are done with the preparation. But most unfortunate thing is, you have done the preparation, you have covered the syllabus, but unless you revise it multiple number of times, you will not be able to retain. So in short, if you ask me, even your civil service journey is like RRR. Okay? So what is this RRR in UPSC context? Only when you revise, you retain. Only when you retain, you reproduce in the exam hall. Okay? So remember that RRR next time when you see, you have to integrate it with your civil services. So that is about the examination, its focus, what are the areas which you need to do, and then you are having various subjects. So have your own way of reading subjects. Okay? How to go about history, how to go about politics, how to go about economy. Figure it out. Make your preparation more enjoyable. Only when you have that enjoyment in your preparation, you will thrive for 1.5 year and not get demotivated or vexed up. Okay? And in this process, because you are very new to the preparation, okay, so hopefully most of you will clear, but then some of you may not clear also. With all probability in the examination, the probability of success is only 0.1%. If you are aiming for IAS, out of 5 lakhs, only 50 or 60 become IAS. So you can understand the probability is hardly 0.1%. So it would be really immature on my part to say that everyone will become IAS. It's good if everyone becomes IAS, but then there will be certain people who may not become, who may not clear the examination. But then you have to have that focus, determination that yes, someday I will clear this examination. Only that motivation or the driving force can take you forward, because one thing which you need to do really well in this journey of UPSC is you should not give up. You should not give up. Why? Because the moment you feel like giving up, that is the last moment you will start enjoying the preparation. So try to enjoy the preparation and try to travel with the examination. You should have that zeal. Yes. And then whenever you are demotivated, whenever you guys are demotivated, or you might feel the burden of studying, okay, oh my God, today certain faculty came, he taught us for 3 hours, it was so stressful to take the content. You feel that, right, some days? So then ask yourself why you are sitting here. So someone asked me that, sir, how do I get motivation to continuously study in the this journey? It's an exam of almost 1 year, right? Almost 1 year you have to study every single day. How do I do that? So I answered, why you are sitting here is the answer. Yes or no? If you are all sitting here, you are sitting here with a purpose. You are sitting here with certain goal. You are sitting here with certain passion. You are sitting here with certain motivation. And that motivation is to become a civil servant. So that itself should drive you day in and day out. That yes, I should keep working towards my desired success. And generally, one more common question many people ask, because these days there is lot of information available in the market. Your institute is giving so much information. The moment you go to Google and type about any topic, you have a ready-made PDF by XYZ institutes or XYZ toppers. So what to do? And many people think, should I really do newspaper? Because when some XYZ institute is giving me a proper monthly magazine, why should I do newspaper? Remember friends, you are new to the journey. Mark this word from me. There is no substitute for newspaper in the journey of civil service. So there is no substitute for newspaper. I may read a newspaper and I may make a magazine, but then it's my interpretation of the newspaper, right? It's my interpretation of the newspaper. Unless you read something and you make an opinion out of it, it is never going to be your original content. So in this era of infodemic, as they call it, right? Lot of information being dumped onto you people. Please be choosy and wise to pick up the right material. You have good mentors here. Go to them. Sir, for this subject there are so many textbooks, there are so many magazines. Which one you think I should read? Or you first do a analysis by yourself as to what you want, because you have all cleared your graduation examination. Okay, so that means at graduation level you are competent enough in making many decisions, right? You have made many decisions during your graduation. Extend the same to UPSC. For example, if you are reading a polity, there are some 4 or 5 textbooks in the market. You go and see a textbook which prefers your way of reading, your style of preparation. Then come back to someone whom you think is a mentor. Ask them, I have picked up this book for this particular subject. Is this good? Then you will get a feedback. And then you can just continue with the preparation. And then go with that book. Once you have made a decision, stick to it. Tomorrow your friend brings a much colorful textbook. Don't get panicked by seeing the textbook. As on date, what is happening? You sit with the textbook or with a particular notebook or notes or any magazine. Your friend is bringing much colorful book and you are in that insecurity mode that he or she is reading a better book than mine. Don't be like that. That happens, right? Someone is reading a new textbook in the market and then everyone is really surprised as to how come he or she could pick up that textbook, how could I miss out, and then we are all feeling bad. So it's an examination where what is the topper, what is the top marks of UPSC out of 25 marks, right? You have 7 into 250, that is 1750, and then 275 marks of your personality test. So 2025 marks is the maximum marks you can get for the UPSC topper. What is the topper score generally? In 2021, what was the topper score? 1080, 1090. So what is 1090 divided by 2025? 53%, 54%. So they are not your board exams, right? Where you score 99.999 and then you're still feeling bad that you lost that 1 mark in Sanskrit. So it's not an exam where you score 99.99. So for All India ranker 1 is at 53 to 54%. So do you need to know everything? You now tell me, do you need to know everything? If ranker 1 knew everything, he would have got 99%, right? Then why he or she is getting only 53-54%? That means, and then UPSC has never told you, right? Even if you write the best answer, I will give you only 50% marks. Is that mentioned anywhere in your notification? UPSC is silent. So that means we are writing answers which gives us only 53-54% of marks. And we are talking about ranker 1. So come out of that attitude of board exams and intermediate exam where you should know everything. No, it is practically impossible for anyone in this examination to claim that they know everything. It is impossible. Whatever you know, you should know it in extreme perfection. You may know only 30%, but ask yourself how much confident I am about those 30%. Understood? It's not about chasing that perfection of 100%, which will never come. You pick up any ranker 1 for last 3 or 4 years, you ask them, sir or ma'am, do you know? You can ask some random topic. They may not know it. That doesn't mean they are not competent enough to become ranker 1. Their entire effort was to know that whatever they knew perfectly. How did they do that? Through again revision. So revision is the most undermined and neglected area of UPSC preparation, because revision generally comes with lethargy. Why lethargy? Because you think you know that, and the moment you think you know that, you take that for granted. Okay, Article 14 I know. But if I ask you exactly the 2 lines of definition of Article 14, everyone knows Article 14 is right to equality. Very good. Then I will say, what is the entire definition of Article 14? Then half of you will struggle. Because you have not revised it. You just know, and then this is what I am trying to say. The confidence that you know Article 14, that is right to equality, will not allow you to go and read what are the various issues of Article 14, under which circumstance there are restrictions on Article 14, what is Article 15, what is various A, B, C, D of Article 15. So this particular introspection or this particular research oriented preparation you will not do because you are neglecting revision. You are just turning the pages thinking, yeah, Article 14 I know, Article 15 I know. But then what you know? You know what is it standing for? What are the restrictive clauses on fundamental rights? In what situations fundamental rights can be withdrawn? And what are the famous Supreme Court judgments on fundamental rights? And there is this growing concern on right to privacy under Article 21. So what is the landmark judgment? It is called KP Puttaswamy judgment, which put right to privacy under Article 21. So this is the kind of holistic preparation you need to do when you are actually reading something. But are we doing that? We are just thinking, okay, Article 21, right to life and liberty, done. It is not a fill in the blank or a small MCQ question in your 6th or 7th class. When you are reading something, integrate in a way that it is much more holistic in nature. So almost most of the Supreme Court judgments revolve around the fundamental rights. Yes, either right to privacy or right to life, whatever wherever there is Supreme Court judgment, mostly those judgments are revolving around the fundamental rights, especially Article 14, 19 and 21. That is called the Holy Trinity. So you have to integrate the static content of polity with the Supreme Court judgments. Then you will have a clarity of how that particular topic is evolving. And this is what UPSC is expecting from an aspirant. Because, touch wood, if some of you crack the civil services and become IAS officers, you will be thrown real-time problems. You will have to solve real-time problems, which requires real-time and instant dynamic solutions. If there is a flood in Godavari, if you are a collector of Khammam district and there are 10 villages which are going to submerge in next 1 hour, as a district collector you have to ensure that all those 10 village people are protected. That is the kind of dynamic thinking you need to have as an IAS officer. You cannot sit there and start reading constitution, right? And this journey of examination will not teach you that, of course you will be having disaster management manuals, but then now you cannot open the manual, see which page, which paragraph, is it underlined. So this is not something the real-time world throws at you. The real-time world is much more challenging. So this exam is testing you in the various aspects, physically, mentally, because they want you to get ready for that mental grind in the 11th hour. So you tell me, if you are a district collector where 10 villages of your district are getting submerged, do you need to act instantly or you'll start referring to any what XYZ did? So you have to act instantly. Those are your ethics case studies, right? You're doing them in your ethics case studies. So that kind of dynamic attitude the examination is looking for. The instant decision making, the dynamic attitude, and the attitude towards empathy. So these are the qualities which a civil servant is expected to have. And then you have to inculcate those habits right from day one. So if you are still in that student mode where you will say that whatever is given to me in the institute only that I'll read. No. Institute, faculty, everyone is a facilitator. You understand what is a facilitator? So we are all Vibhishanas. Coming back to my story, we are all Vibhishanas in your lives. Who is Rama? You are Rama. And then I don't want to comment who is Ravan. Okay. So you have to aim the arrow, you have to hit the target. We will only guide you how to hit the arrow. We'll not even catch your bow, or then we'll start. Does Rama have so much time there? Okay, I'll now learn how to throw an arrow in the battlefield amongst 1 lakh people. Does Rama have a choice? No. He has to kill the enemy. And that means he has already come with certain skill set. Right? Throwing arrows or aiming at the target. All these are the skill sets he has. But he had lacked clarity of where to shoot. That is what, as mentors, faculties and institutes, we are going to do. We are only going to play the role of the facilitators, Vibhishanas. And it is you who have to use Vibhishana in a very intelligent way and equip yourself to hit the target. Don't expect that someone will have a magic on you where you can go and clear prelims. No one guarantees that yes, you will clear prelims. Only you yourself have to guarantee that yes, if I do this X, Y, Z things properly, I will be in a better position to clear prelims. If I do answer writing properly, if I practice 500 to 1000 answers before the mains examination, I will do my mains properly. If I give 10 to 15 mock interviews, I will do my interview properly. This judgment, assessment of yourself, only you people should have. And start inculcating that right from your initial stages itself. You are still 3 or 4 months into the UPSC journey. So it is right time to actually focus on these areas and have a holistic preparation. So don't go a unidirectional way, okay, this is what I'll do and try to achieve success. No. Be smart. See the examination. How is it evolving? What I need to do to be one step ahead of the examination. These efforts you people should put. It's not about UPSC or Group 1 examination or any examination. It is that you have to be one step ahead of the examination and think that yes, if I do these things, I will be in a better position to clear the examination. It's not a board exam. Okay? In board exam, what do? Especially in your 10th, inter and graduation stages, you have a set of important questions, okay, which are coming as a legacy questions for last 20-30 years. And then your professor has told that yes, you mug up these 25 questions, there is a probability that you will get 8, and in that 8 you have a chance of attempting only 5. Happy, very happy, because success is guaranteed. All you need to do is just mug up that 25 questions and then go to the exam, and in that 25, 8 are coming, and in that 8 you have again choice of 5. See the luxury you have there. It is like a buffet of very nice menu, and then you can choose what to eat. And remember, public examinations, especially the board examinations, will always try to pass you. In that 5, even if you write 2, you are still pass. The examiner who is correcting your answer sheet will actually say, please write at least 2. I am now bound to pass you. That poor chap who is correcting your paper is praying God that at least this person should write 2 questions, so that, because if he fails you, he is answerable to someone. So his intention is to pass you, and all he is seeing in your paper is something which is written so that I can pass them. On the contrary, in civil service examination, the examiner is trying to fail you. The examiner is trying to fail you at every single opportunity. He is trying to cut marks. Okay, you have not written this point, -1. You have not done this, -1. Here, the focus is on to eliminate you, not to pass you. It's to eliminate you, right? What is this competitive exam about? Competitive exam is to eliminate everyone. And then out of 5 lakh, he has to arrive at only 0.1%. That is 50 people. In public examination, if 5 lakh are writing, 4,99,999 should pass. That is the target. Unless that fellow is completely hopeless, they will be minimum pass. But here that is not the case. The examiner is trying to cut down you at every single point. And so you have to outsmart that examiner. That is what I am trying to say. When you should be one step ahead of the exam. Here there are no standard important questions. Okay. At least I am sure that no faculty has told you that read these 3 questions and you will get it in mains. Did anyone tell like that? No one will tell that. Because the exam is such a dynamic process here. The exam is evolving. The way of asking questions is evolving. The expectations from you are completely different. So in that context, you should always keep one step ahead of the examination to be the smart aspirant who is working hard and also aiming at the success. Is it clear, everyone? So I know it has become a kind of monologue where I am speaking and okay. So anyhow, just before I speak much more, I would like to listen from you people, because almost for last 45 minutes I am speaking, and then I am speaking on a open-ended topic. It's it's not something which you are sure about. It's not something like, okay, today he will teach me Harappan culture and go away. So you don't know where I land. So, and then as I said, the most important challenge is it's a post-lunch session. So I'll definitely speak few more things, but then I want to understand from you guys. You have been in this journey for how many, last 4-5 months, most of you, or even more? Anyone who's preparing for more than 1 year now? Anyone? Okay, some of you are there who are preparing for more than, but most of you are in last 4 or 5 months, right? You've joined 4 or 5 months back. So what is it you have experienced, or what is it you want to know about this examination? Because some of us, like me, have seen this examination from the most closest quarters. Okay, so right from prelims, mains, interview, and then we have seen the examination from the most closest quarter. So we know the examination comparatively better when compared to you people. So just wanted to understand what is that you wanted to know about this examination, and what is it you wanted to know about your preparation, or what is it you wanted to know about. And don't ask me, sir, how to crack civil services. Okay, I would say only you work hard and revise. Be it a group 1 examination or a group 2 examination or any government job. Okay, so at the age of 21 I cracked a government job in one of the most prestigious organizations. So it was through hard work and again revision. So at the end of the day, the bottom line is you have to work hard and revise. There is no second option or second way, especially now that the exam is evolving. You all know that, right? The exam is becoming more and more dynamic in nature, especially the prelims. Okay? The moment I speak about prelims at any place, people are always having that question mark on that face. Sir, prelims, oh my god. So prelims has become a very big question mark, and mains has become very dynamic, and then personality test is a completely different ball game. So three different stages of examination demanding different kinds of skill sets. And why, you may think, why UPSC is asking me so many, testing me in so many ways? How does it matter if I know ethics? How does it matter if I know history? They are not really testing your history knowledge or geography knowledge. They are seeing that how well you can manage this entire examination process, being a very dedicated and a loyal student towards this examination. Because through this examination, they are going to place you in one of the topmost roles of the nation. Okay, so you should be having that sense of timing, sense of understanding, rational thought process. So if some of you become IAS officers, you will be sitting alongside the chief ministers, prime ministers, and then you have to guide them on policy matters. So you can understand what is the kind of clarity or maturity they expect. And that is why this exam tests you in various angles, just to understand how mature you are. Are you fit to become civil servant or not? It's a time tested process they are following, and you need to be really confident about yourself that yes, by doing this I will be in a position to crack the examination.